Hi guys, welcome back after spring break. Hope y'all had a wonderful break doing some really relaxing and fun things. I wanted to show you a little bit about our weekly lesson video. This week we're going to keep learning about the Trail of Tears, but you guys are going to be doing some creative problem solving with it using Scamper. I know some of you guys have done Scamper before and you really like it. So again, like the week before spring break, we have the goal of completing this by Thursday, but you have Friday as your catch-up day. So while it gives you the basic information in It's Learning, I want you guys to head on over to Google Classrooms. And in the classwork section, you'll see the Trail of Tears Scamper. Now, right now, it's not available because it's scheduled. So while I'm showing you this, it's not available, but it will be right down here under Native Americans. So you'll click on it, and it's going to tell you to click on the assignment down here that's called Trail of Tears Scamper, and you're going to pick 3 of the tasks to complete. So let me show you what that looks like. So you have all of these options. There are actually 8 options standing for each letter of Scamper. What I want you to do is pick 3 and then delete the 5 that you're not going to do. So when I look at your paper that you've turned in, I can see really clearly the 3 that you've chosen. There's a lot of background information about for this Scamper using the ThingLink website, and you can click on it right here, but you can also go directly to the link right here. So if you guys haven't used a ThingLink before, it's really cool. It's just like a visual way. Like all of these are different links. So like this one's a link to a BrainPop. Remember, you have to have ClassLink open before you do that. This one's a link to an article about the Cherokee Native Americans, which you'll notice some of the project choices are specifically related to the Cherokees. This is a link to the Nearpod that you guys did before spring break in case you need a little bit of a reminder. There was a lot of really good information. And as I find more stuff, I'm actually going to add more. So by the time you guys see it, there might be a little bit more. So what you're going to do, you'll choose your 3 to answer, and we're going to go over what they are. But there's some really cool options here. So some might be a little more research-based, some are a little more creative. So you guys have some real choices here. So for substitute for S, what might have happened if the white settlers had walked the Trail of Tears instead of the Cherokees? So think about how history might be different and how attitudes might have changed. For C, could the Trail of Tears been avoided if both the Creeks and the Cherokees banded together? So like stood up against the white settlers as 2 tribes together. Or for A, how might history of the Cherokees been different if all of them had adapted to the life of the white settlers? So if they had, we talked about assimilating, which is like taking on someone else's culture. So if they had given up their language, land, and customs. For M, how do you think history would have changed if the 20 Cherokees that signed the treaty agreeing to give up their land had not done that? Because remember, that was what was taken to the Supreme Court, and that's what President Andrew Jackson was really holding on to when he forced them out onto the Trail of Tears. For P, put to another use, identify an object that was important to the Cherokees during their journey. How did they use it? Draw a picture or a diagram of 5 other creative ways that the object could be used. And so if you draw this picture, you can decide to do it like somehow on the computer and put it right here, or you can create a separate document, or you can literally draw it on paper and just send me a photo. Wherever you decide to do it, if it's not on paper, just write down right here under the P, so I know. For E, what might have happened to the Cherokees if the Trail of Tears journey had never taken place? Write a story, song, or poem that tells what you think may have happened. And then for R, even though the Cherokees were forced to leave their land, forced to leave their land, what if instead they had secretly devised a plan for them all to stay? Write what you think that plan would say, including details and how you think it might have worked. So basically, what could they have done instead of leaving? So once you guys finish this, you will see a turn-in button. Mine looks a little bit different because it's the teacher version, but you'll click the turn-in button just like you guys did. And then you're done for the week. So try and have this done by Thursday, but if you can't, then you have Friday to catch up.